given the existence, as uttered forth in the public works of Puncher and Watman, of a personal God, qua, 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 with white beard, qua, 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 outside time, without extension, who from the heights of divine apathy, divine athambia, divine aphasia, loves us dearly, with some exceptions, for reasons unknown, but time will tell, and suffers, like the divine Miranda, with those who, for reasons unknown, but time will tell, are plunged in torment, plunged in fire, whose fire flame of that continues, and who can doubt it, will fire the firmament, that is to say, blast hell to heaven, so blue, still, and calm, so calm, calm with the calm that even though intermittent, is better than nothing, but not so fast. And considering what is more, that as a result of the labours left unfinished, crowned by the Academy of Anthropometry, of Essie and Posse, of Testu and Cunard, it is established beyond all doubt, all other doubt than that which clings to the labours of men, that as a result of the labours unfinished of Testu and Cunard, it is established as hereinafter, but not so fast. For reasons unknown, that as a result of the public works of Puncher and Watman, it is established beyond all doubt that in view of the labours of Fortoff and Belcher, left unfinished for reasons unknown, of Testu and Cunard, left unfinished, it is established what many deny, that man in Posse of Testu and Cunard, that man in Essie, that man in short, that man in brief, in spite of the strides in alimentation and defecation, is seen to waste and pine, and concurrently, simultaneously, what is more, for reasons unknown, in spite of the strides in physical culture, the practice of sports, such as tennis, football, running, cycling, swimming, flying, floating, riding, gliding, code-eating, camogie, skating, tennis of all kinds, dying, flying, sports of all sorts, autumn, summer, winter, tennis of all kinds, hockey of all sorts, penicillin and succedanea, I resume and continuously, concurrently, what is more, for reasons unknown, to shrink and dwindle. In spite of the tennis, I resume flying, gliding, golf over 9 and 18 holes, tennis of all sorts, in a word, for reasons unknown, in Feckham, Peckham, Fulham, Clapham, namely, concurrently, simultaneously, what is more, for reasons unknown, to shrink and dwindle, I resume flying, gliding, Fulham, Clapham, in a word, the dead loss per cap since the death of Bishop Berkeley, being to the tune of 1 inch 4 ounce per capita, approximately, by and large, more or less to the nearest decimal, good measure, round figures, stark naked, in the stockinged feet, in Connemara, in a word, for reasons unknown, no matter what matter, the facts are there, and considering what is more, much more grave, that in the light of the labours lost of Steinweg and Peterman, it appears what is more, much more grave, that in the light of the labours lost of Steinweg and Peterman, in the plains, in the mountains, by the sea, by the rivers, running water, running fire, the air is the same, and then the earth, namely the air, and then the earth, and the great cold, the great dark, the air, and the earth, the abode of stones in the great cold. Alas, alas, in the year of their Lord 600 and something, the air, the earth, the sea, the earth, abode of stones in the great deeps, the great cold on land, on sea, and in the air. I resume, for reasons unknown, in spite of the tennis, the facts are there, but time will tell. I resume, alas, alas, on, in short and fine, on, the abode of stones, who can doubt it? I resume, but not so fast. I resume, the skull, to shrink and dwindle and concurrently, simultaneously, what is more, for reasons unknown, the beard, the flames, the tears, the stones, so blue, so calm, alas, alas, on, the skull in Connemara, in spite of the tennis, the labours abandoned, left unfinished, graver still, the abode of stones, on, alas, alas, abandoned, unfinished, the skull in Connemara, in spite of the tennis, the skull, alas, the stones, Cunard, tennis, the stones, so calm, Cunard, unfinished.